Hi there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, July 21st. I'm here live with you. How are you? Are you there? Are you watching this live? Are you watching the replay? I have got to close these drawers. That's really bugging me. um, so, if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Jenn Tinline. I'm from Kingston, Ontario, formerly from Burlington, Ontario, and I go live every Friday here on my Stamp with Jen page and Facebook and YouTube channel, and I make a card project from start to finish. And then what I do is I do a draw for the card. So I do a draw for the card that I made the previous week. And how you get in on that draw is simply like, comment, or share the video, and then you'll automatically be entered into my draw. So what I like to do is do that first, and I'm just making sure we're online here, and I have Nicole. Yay, Nicole. Doing a sound check for me and saying I look pretty in purple. Oh, thanks, Nicole. One of my favorite colors, as you know. Okay, so let me jump over to the draw here, and we'll get started with that. Hold on one second. I'm going to share the screen. And here it is. So anyone who, like I said, like, comment, or share will be in the draw for this card, which is what I made last week. And here we go. And as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win. And Robin, you qualify for that. So hello to you. Let me just write your name down here. And I'll just stop the share. Congratulations, Robin. So to get in on the draw for this week's card, just like I said, like, comment, or share. So this was the card last week. I stamped and embossed a beautiful little crown in silver on acetate and made this fun little birthday queen card. So Robin, you're going to get that in the mail. Hello, Avila and Paulette and Marg. How are you guys all today? So I'm going to get started right away here. And I'm using two different stamp sets today. I'm using Go To Greetings. This is one I've used before. It has got 3 different greetings in it. Happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, and thank you. Sorry, that's 4. Can't count today. And then it repeats it 3 times in different sizes and different fonts. So it's a really useful stamp set, because when you know for sure you want to say thank you, then all of a sudden you've got options for size and all that, which is great. And the other one I'm going to use is a new one to me. It is called Crafting with You, and it is a photopolymer stamp set. Let me just show you here. And it's all about crafting things. So there's an easel, there's a sewing machine, there's a basket, and you can put yarn in it. There's even a stamp and cut and emboss machine, some paintbrushes, and then there are some dies, and the dies are really fun. There's you know, most of the things get cut out, can be cut out, but then there's some additional pieces like these little spools that you can then put thread on, and some hearts and buttons, and there's even a little pair of scissors. It's just very clever. So I didn't actually use the dies. Oh, there's even a little ruler. I missed that the first time I looked. So, and then look at the easel. Like, you could just make so many cute little things with this easel. Little sayings that you put right on the easel, so you could combine that with other stamp sets. And so lots of use for this. There's also a circle, a fun circle here that is meant to be an embroidery hoop. You can see the little thing at the top, but you could cut that off and use it just as a circle. Hold on, I'm going down for the die. It doesn't want to get picked up. Okay, I'm going to pick that up after. I got to grab a magnet. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to keep the card really simple. Vila, I apologize. I am trying to pronounce your name correctly. So I'm going to start by just folding the card in half. As I said, old habits die hard. I try to pronounce everyone's name correctly, but I don't always get it right. So if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. Okay, so I'm folding the card in half, just a white card base. And I've got here some pretty papers. This is Misty Moonlight. This is Boho Blue. And I've got some white. And I have cut out a stitched circle You can see that in the camera. You can see my inky fingers. And I use one of my favorite sets of dies to do that circle, and that is the Stylish Shapes. Okay, so there's lots of different shapes with sort of a stitching. So I thought the stitching would be good for the sewing. And the Crafting With You looks beautiful, Anna says. It is a really pretty set. Okay, then on the papers I'm going to use here, Designer Series paper, are these ones here. I've shown them before. They're called Countryside Inn. And let me just pull out a batch here. I always wonder how my desk gets so messy after a live, and it's because I just throw things over to the side. So you can see there's lots of bits and pieces here that I've used already, but it's got these beautiful blue patterns. There's a little bunny on that one, and then nice patterns on the back side. Just gorgeous trees, all these blues together. It's Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, and Night of Navy all together. So I'm just trying to see if there's another design here. Here's another one. Just gorgeous papers. You can see there's another one. Okay, so let me just move those all over. So I'm going to use a really fun new die set for me. It's new this year in the catalog, and it is called Patchwork Pieces. So again, this just kind of spoke to me, this one here, as one that might be good for sewing. So I thought, I'm making a sewing card. My son needs to thank my father's wife for doing some sewing for him, some mending and stuff, which his mother doesn't know really how to do with a sewing machine. I have my crafts. Sewing is not one of them, but I know lots of sewers, so I'm thankful to have a stamp set that I could use to thank them. So I'm going to use this piece here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut out. I've just taken that 12 by 12 piece of paper and cut it into 4 strips, and I'm going to die cut out a piece of this and a piece of this. Okay, and so what will happen is, let me just put this up here, and let me just pull out my piece I'm going to work on here. I was going to do my stamping first, but obviously I changed my mind. I was so excited to show you this die, I changed my mind. We'll do the stamping at the end. So I've got this little piece of white. So if you're lucky, what happens is the piece will come out like this, and it's still kind of attached in the middle. So I'm going to take this little piece, which I've cut to be about the same size as the, this is of course the one that needs to be unplugged here, about the same size as the die. And I'm going to just put liquid glue. I know I don't usually use liquid glue. See why? Because I'm very messy with it. But sometimes you need this for when you want the ability to move stuff around, when you're not 100% sure you're going to get it in the right place. So I'm doing that. And with any luck, I'm going to be able to slide this piece over without breaking it and plop it on here. Oh, yay. This didn't work for my sample, I'll tell you. My sample, I had to find the piece. We are going to play that in just a second. So with this liquid glue, you see I have a few minutes here to sort of move the pieces around and get them all on here. So you're thinking, well, why did you need that second piece then if you were gluing this on here? Because I'll tell you, my friends, I'm lazy, and I wanted to make sure that I could make this card easily. So this was my solution to ease. So I got a little bit of glue seepage there. Oh, there's actually a really nice border on there. Look at that. So I've got glue on my fingers, so I'm just going to get a baby wipe, which I always have handy. Jean says she's going to love this card. I'm a quilter. Oh, awesome. Okay, so this is what happened with my second piece that I cut. Ready? Ta-da! It all came into pieces. So now we get to play puzzles. So rather than completely bore you, I actually did go through and I numbered them so that I would not have to do this with you live, because of course that would just be really, really hard. So I want to, it's not hard actually to honestly to match the pieces up. What I did was I take this die upside down and I just laid each of the pieces in there, and it's pretty obvious. So what I want to do is I want to go, every other one is going to be what we're going to use. That piece is labeled number 12, so I now need to find number 10. I don't need 11. with any luck, this little plan of mine, there's a 4, I'll need that. A 1 I won't need. Wasn't this clever? 10 I'm going to need. 2 I'll need. Something that I can't read. I think it's a 3. I believe that's a 9, so I won't read that. Number 6 I will need. So it's all the even numbers here that I'm doing. Number 8. Oh, look at that. It is working out. And then number 4. And then number 2. Now that doesn't work out. So I really needed number 3. There we go. Okay, so it's not an even odd thing because they're all over. So that's how I'm going to put this together. So now I can lift each of these pieces up and I can put glue on them and stick them down. And again, I got a few minutes of wiggle room before they sort of cement in place. And if I'm really smart, I'll keep these other pieces for another card, which of course I could have done for this first one, but I really wanted that template down there. I suppose you could put a piece of white or something down there if you didn't want to waste your paper and you just wanted to cut kind of like a template out. So I'm just very messy with white glue, but it's actually coming out okay. There's a little bit extra on my finger, but it dries clear, so it's okay. And I will look at your comments in a second. I just maybe don't want to put glue on my computer. So I'll wipe my fingers before I touch the computer again. So this is just a fun background that you could use with honestly any stamp set, but is going to be super cute. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. Look at that. It's off. I better pull it off before it messes up here. I could see the side, and this one doesn't have quite enough glue. This is about as fiddly as you're going to see me get, you guys, on these lives. I'm not good with super fiddly stuff. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I have lots and lots of patience for super fiddly stuff, but not when I'm live. Because I know that you guys, I don't want to bore you either. Okay, so now I got to find the right piece here. So maybe it really was 2. Let's see here. That's 4. Oh, that looks like it's the right one. Okay. You guys are smart. You'll probably figure out exactly what I did wrong there with my numbers. But whatever I had there wasn't the right one. But this is the right one. And I actually, when I cut it, I don't know if you can see that, but I actually cut it so that there was a circle in the middle. Not that you're going to see that. I'm going to cover it up, but which is also why I don't care if this is kind of messy in the middle, because that's all going to get covered up. But okay, well, here's another one that's kind of lifting. So let me just put a little bit of glue under there. And a little bit of glue under there. Oh, went too much. Went too far. So I suspect that probably the best thing to do would be to lay this flat for a little while, and just so it doesn't buckle or anything. I'm just going to move those pieces out of the way. I'm just going to move it over to the side, and hopefully I can rescue that one piece there too. So pretty, eh? Let me hold it up in a second. I'm just getting a wipe. Here, I'm going to wipe my gluey fingers. Again, I'm sure you guys who use glue on a regular basis rather than a double-sided adhesive probably would have some tips just for me on how to fix that. But it worked. That's all I can say. It worked. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, I have a bad habit of turning off my lights, Misty Moonlight, because that's one of the colors in the paper, and the sewing machine. And I'm going to stamp the sewing machine on my circle. And I'm not going to color it in or anything because it is gorgeous just the way it is. I know I said I'd hold that up, but I'll hold it up as soon as I have it dry a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to grab just a note from here. I did make a thank you card as well because I told you I needed one. But this one is for you guys. And I'm going to put just a note on here. So if you knew a sewer, and that's with Balmy Blue, or a quilter, then you could send them just a note. So this one is the one that I'll make a draw for next week once you comment, like, and share. So let me just check your comments for a second while this is drying. Vila says that is one of the papers I keep looking at. It's very pretty. It's actually on low inventory right now. Mark says she loves this look. So, and Paulette said that. So clever. Oh, thank you. I love that Paulette always does XX is on hers. Hello from Saskatchewan, and hello to Joyce too, and hello to Yvonne as well. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anything? Well, yes, we have Janine. I hope I'm saying that right because she's a quilter from Fredericton. Welcome, welcome. And Marina's there, and Nancy's there. Hello. And Anna McCurdy, the crafting with you looks fabulous. Yes, I like it. Okay, so I am now going to put this together. Let me hold that up so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? And so you could make this all the same. It could be different colors of paper. It could be different colors in a rainbow. There's so many different things I think you can do with that. And that's just this one. I mean, look at this one. This is beautiful too. So just great backgrounds. Again, it's called Patchwork Pieces dies. So I've got Misty Moonlight and Boho Blue, even though I stamped this with Balmy Blue because there's a little bit of balmy in there. So I just wanted a lighter version. So I'm going to put this together. And I'm looking at that. Oh, I know why this doesn't match exactly. I know why. Well, I'll show you in a minute. I did have a plan. I will stick to the plan. Let's start by putting this on here. So I'm going to put some just regular double-sided, non-messy adhesive and stick that on here onto the Boho Blue. Very pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to stick it onto here. But what I did was I cut out this. It wouldn't have been this one because it's not the right size, but I have another one that I pre-cut, and I used this. These are the Radiating Stitches dies, and if you have not seen them, it's because they're on an online exclusive. So I use this great big die. It's just got stitches going a different way, so radiating out instead of around. And there's a fun little circle, 2 circles, and a heart in 3 different frames. So again, online exclusives only. They're still available. And so this is what that looks like once you've cut it out. You can see all the, hopefully you can see that, the stitching all around the edge. So I just thought, again, for a sewing type card, this would be perfect. So in fact, I did cut the right size, yay. So let me just attach that here. I'm going to put a lot more tape than I usually do because we've got now several layers of cardstock. And I was planning on cutting that little white layer down that I put that mat on, but I didn't, and it looks just great. So I'll show you my original, which doesn't have that on there. It was just meant to be a little helping mat. Again, lots of tape on this. Normally I would not put that many. Oh, look at those little side fringes are coming up, which is kind of fun. So this is a bit of a not perfectly rectangular, but it still looks great. Okay, and then I'm going to add this. So we're just going to keep it simple with the embellishments here and the stamping, because we're going to let the paper in the background be the star of this card. So here we go. Put this on here. Just a note. We will add a little bit of bling because, you know, we can. Oh, and I don't want to forget this here on the inside. Oh, I'll show you that in a minute. That's from the Radiating Stitches dies too. I seem to still have some stickiness on me. So I've got here some bling, but some sort of very subtle bling. This is the loose silver sequins, and they're so pretty. And I am going to, what am I going to do? Let's start with glue dots, because I can handle glue dots. And then I may need to jump. I don't want to spill these all, so I'm just going to dump out a few here. Well, or quite a few. I may need to jump to the liquid glue because some of them are quite small in this set. And I'm going to put down some glue dots. Oh, all of a sudden it is pouring rain. I can hear it. What's it doing in your neck of the woods? So I'm going to put on one of those sequins. These are very, like I said, subtle. They're like a silver, almost like a clear with a silver kind of frosting on them. And they just give the card a little bit of glimmer. Get over there, you. Okay, let me try one more big one, and then I'll jump to the smaller ones. So that you can see here, hopefully. Not sure if the camera is picking that up. There's some really tiny ones, and then there's that middle one. I think I'm going to use the back of my Take Your Pick tool to pick that up. And stick that on there. Okay, here we go with the liquid glue. Wish me luck. So that's 3. So if I add more, I've got to keep going odd numbers. So I'll do a little bit here. Is that the bad glue? It just plugged. I just need to stick a needle in it. Nope, this might be the bad one. Okay, I'm switching to my fine tip glue pen instead. This one I don't get as messy with, but it's not as strong as that other one. So let me put a little bit of glue there. That'll be 4, and then we'll do one more, 5. This glue too, when you put it back, you just have to hold one of these 2 things steady. I don't know if you can see that. And then the wire goes right into the cap, and that keeps it from drying out, which is great. Okay, so let me try 2 of the smaller sequins. There's one. And another one. And I'm just going to use that to make sure it's stuck on there. Did that one fall off already? Oh no, it's on there. It's a very light bling, if that's a term. And then on the inside, which I'll hold the card up in a second, I can add that nice stitched heart. But let me show you a trick here first. First, I'll hold this one up first so you can see. So again, just very subtle bling. A little bit here, a little bit here. Cool, eh? And then here is my original one. And so I did die cut this one out with the matching dies. And so you can see it's raised up. I also added Wink of Stella to some of those white parts. You can see that there's no white border on this one like there is on this one, which I actually like this better. And then on the inside, this is a little trick for you. So I've added this stitch thing, but on a separate piece of card. And that way, when my son goes to write his thank you note, if he messes it up, he doesn't mess up my whole card. He just messes up that one die cut. Plus, I can also give the recipient this card like this, and then if they want to reuse it, they can. So because she's a sewer, she might want to actually reuse it. So that one's for her. And for you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just attach this right on the inside. And then you can decide what you want to do when you get the card, okay? Whoever wins the card. So let me just see what you guys are saying. I'm going to pull this over here. And, oh, gosh, I had another card to show you, too, from last week. It's just another little quick one I made with the Birthday Queen set. I meant to show you that with all the little bling and stuff on it. But, okay, so let me see. Let's see here what you guys are saying. Anna says she loves, good move. I've messed them up before. I've seen this hint. Oh, good. Anna says, love the card. It's a fabulous gift for a quilter. Yep, I agree. Good. Okay, we got that one. Got that one. Nicole says, such a great idea about the extra layer so the recipient can reuse it. Absolutely. The white border really gives it a great look. I think so, too. That was a happy accident. That's what we're going to call. Paulette is taking a screenshot because this is so cute. Paulette, actually, thank you for saying that because it has been my intention for some time to put these cards on my blog. So you'll see them start to appear on my blog, the ones that I do in my live, and then you'll get a good picture here. Same in Oakville. I guess that means it's either sunny or it's raining. I'm not sure which one because for Marg in the Fraser Valley, it is sunny. Oh, sunny in Burlington. Beautiful summer day. It was beautiful here, and then it just started to pour, which is good. It means I don't have to water my flowers. Marina has shared. Wendy says she loves the sewing machine stamp. June is just joining in. She loves the patchwork dies too. Wendy says loves paper and idea. Grace says nice idea on how to use the paper. Hello, Donna from Washington State, and hello, Joyce. And I think I've caught up with all the comments. Oh, Yvonne says it. Oops, that's funny. I think I'm showing one comment, but it's not showing the one I think. Yvonne says sunny here and hot. And Kekabeka Falls. Did I say that right? Wendy loves blue. Well, you need this paper, Wendy. This cottage inn paper. It's so lovely. Okay, guys. That is all for me for today. I wish you a very wonderful weekend. And I will see you all again next week. Same time, same place. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Thanks for watching today. Bye-bye.